So they have a great front seven, not a good, a great front seven. I believe they'll be tremendous in the AFC North against the Ravens, against the Bengals, against the Browns. But what is their ceiling? Like, it seems like every single year they're in the same predicament where they're winning 9 or they're winning 10 games. I think this team can win 9 or 10 games, but is that what you're only striving for? Is win 9 or 10 games and possibly make the playoffs? Let's go to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh boy.
This is another team where I don't know what to say.
I do. All right. Let
All
me
right,
kick
here we
this
go.
off.
Go right ahead, man.
The
Go right ahead.
Steelers are an interesting case
Yeah.
because you got DK Metcalf, traded for him, gave up draft capital. Then you get rid of George Pickens, which, okay, sure, I guess you got tired of George Pickens stuff, but it ain't like DK Metcalf is this upstanding, non-diva wide receiver either. But hey, not my team, not my circus. You got Robert Woods starting for you in big 2025. You got Robert Woods starting for you.
Yep.
And Calvin, oh, I like Calvin Austin as a number 3 and special teams guy, but he's expected to be your number 2 dude, and they're supposed to win a bunch of games in this tough conference. And you got Aaron Rodgers, who was iffy about if he even wanted to continue to play football. He's already coming out and said this will be more than likely his last year playing. And Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he was a scrub last year. I think he had some. He actually was pretty solid if you look at the numbers, but he ain't good enough to uplift this talent. Like, you still got Broderick Jones starting for you at left tackle. He was god awful
Ugh,
last year,
very bad.
like looking like a waste of a pick. I mean, your running back one is Jalen Warren, and you got Caleb Johnson, which I actually like that
I
pick
actually
for
like
them.
Caleb Johnson. He's a
Yeah, I like Caleb
bruiser.
Johnson
I
as
like
well.
him.
But like, okay, then you trade for Jalen Ramsey to get rid of Minka Fitzpatrick in the trade. You also bring Jonnu Smith in,
And Darius Slay, who's
but
a
you
covering
have
edge.
Pat Freiermuth already.
Yeah.
So what is the plan here? Like, I don't understand what this team building is for them.
I
You
do.
drafted Derek Harmon in
I
the
like.
first.
I
I like
love. I
Derek
love
Harmon.
that
I
pick.
like
I
Derek
love
Harmon.
that pick.
You got Keanu Benton. Y'all have a solid, and y'all got a solid D line. You signed TJ Watt. Your
Alex
defensive front
Highsmith.
four and all that is great. I'll give you that. You got Peyton Wilson, who I was a big fan of coming out of draft. You know, he with the whole injury concern, and you got Patrick Queen, who's a decent dude. So your front seven, honestly, I don't really have much to say about it negatively. But honestly, your quarterbacks, your number 2, your tandem, you got JPJ and Jalen Ramsey starting for you. Congratulations. I like Joey Porter Jr. That's good. Juan Thornhill is your starting safety. I don't know about that. Oh, you got Darius Slay too. I forgot. He old, but he's not completely cooked food. Uh, Yeah, the offense is really my main gripe with this team. The defense, I think the defense will be a top 10 unit in my eyes, just because that the D line is just so good, and you actually have good DBs. But that offense, man, I feel like they're just gonna struggle, and I feel like Aaron Rodgers is a guy that likes to give receivers the ball when they're when they are where they're supposed to be at the
Anticipation
time they're
throw.
supposed to be. And DK Metcalf, sometimes it could look. Sometimes DK effort on the field is kind of like, I don't know if that could be a clash or anything like that, but man, this offense really doesn't inspire much confidence out of me for the Steelers. It's just I don't know. I'm not feeling it.
It's one good receiver. The tight end, he's okay. Not an elite tight end. The quarterback, he's 41 years old. He's going to retire after this season, and the offensive line is pretty mediocre, and the wide receiving core is pretty bad. Besides DK Metcalf, so there's not a whole lot of talent on this offense. You have an aging quarterback. You don't have a good offensive line for an aging quarterback, so that's going to be problematic. The running back position is pretty good. I actually like the 2 running backs,
Yeah,
but
I
the
like
offensive
Warren and
line is so
Caleb. Yeah.
but the offensive line is just so mediocre that are they going to be able to find running lanes to be productive enough? I don't know. That's a huge question mark. And then you have the offensive coordinator and Arthur Smith. Can I really trust Arthur Smith? I can't trust Arthur Smith.
No.
So that's just very problematic. What it's going to come down to is going to come down to this defense. The defense is going to have to ball out. I think this defense is going to be great. Well, I wouldn't say great, but it's going to be really good. I really like the front seven. I think TJ Watt is going to be really good for them because they have an amazing front in Harmon, Benton, Hayward, and then you also have Highsmith, who's also really good as well. So they have a great front seven. Not a great front seven. I believe they'll be tremendous in the AFC North against the Ravens, against the Bengals, against the Browns. But what is their ceiling? Like, it seems like every single year they're in the same predicament where they're winning 9 or they're winning 10 games. I think this team can win 9 or 10 games. But is that what you're only striving for? Is win 9 or 10 games and possibly make the playoffs? Is that really what we're doing?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be because like they're obviously they're not going to have a losing record. That's just something Mike Tomlin doesn't do. But it's just like, okay, let's say they get to the playoffs. They go against a Ravens or a Bills or something, or God forbid the Chiefs. They're not winning.
Oh no, they're getting dominated.
They wouldn't even beat the Texans.
Yeah.
Would they beat the Chargers? Like
I'll tell you this. I can see how they can win games if the Pittsburgh Steelers adopt a similar philosophy to Matt LaFleur's first year with the Packers. If you remember that first year, Aaron Rodgers was coming off of a major injury. He wasn't an elite quarterback that year, and they relied heavily on the running game. Aaron Jones had an amazing year, probably his best year ever with the Packers, or best year ever as a pro. I think if they want to win a lot of games, if they want to be productive on offense, they're going to have to lean heavily on that running game. And then you have Metcalf, you have Freiermuth, just like with the Packers. The Packers, they had one good receiver in Devontae Adams. But the thing is, DK Metcalf ain't no Devontae Adams. Aaron Rodgers doesn't like to throw his. Oh, they also have Jonnu Smith. I forgot about Jonnu Smith.
You know what this team reminds me of?
What does it remind you of?
The 2015 Broncos.
Oh, the Broncos.
You got an old top 5 QB in NFL history, Aaron Rodgers. You got your number 1 receiver guy who's big, physical, DK Metcalf, Demaryius Thomas. You got the speedster, Calvin Austin, Emmanuel Sanders. You got a running back that can be a little bruised and also could do a little something out the backfield. CJ Anderson, Jalen Warren. You got your premier pass rusher, TJ Watt, DeMarcus Ware. You got good interior linemen. Like this is literally the 2025 version of the 2015 Broncos. You got the corner. You got Aqib Talib and Chris Harris Jr. and J. Ram and Joey Port. Like this is literally almost a replica of that team.
I don't think the secondary is nearly as good as it was.
No, the secondary is not as good. They're not no fly zone level. They're not the no fly zone, but it's just like the roster construction is kind of similar.
Right. I think the receiving core also, I would probably give the Broncos the
edge. The Broncos had the edge.
Emmanuel Sanders, and then you had Julius Thomas at tight end. I'll probably give them the edge as well. I don't know about the offensive line. I don't know how good the Broncos are.
Offensive line, I'm not about to get into all that.
But I do think if they're going to win with this offense, they need to rely heavily on that running game. I just don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to buy into that philosophy, even though Arthur Smith, that's what he holds his hat on, is running the football. So I like Caleb Johnson. I think Caleb Johnson can be an amazing player in this offense if they lean on running the football. We'll see. I don't think this is a terrible team. It's just they don't have a high ceiling. You know?
Yeah.
That's just what
they could probably win. I see they probably max out at 10 wins.
Like, quite literally, that's literally what they're going to do. They're going to win 9 to 10 games every single season. And if they make the playoffs, they're going to get dominated by whoever has home field advantage. Every year. All right, let's go to the last team.